Okay.
But I don't know, man. Like just having some jerky, I'm like, man, I should probably get back into that.
Back in the jerky? Hell yeah. Getting back, jerky's back on the menu, boys.
Have you seen Lord of the Rings?
No.
Oh,
Or, uh, I have seen Lord of the Rings, but it was a long time ago.
okay. All
What
of
was
them, or
that from?
just yeah, that's from
Yeah.
Lord of the Rings.
What's back on the menu?
Meat's back on the menu, boys.
Oh, just meat's back on the menu?
Yeah, yeah. It's
Oh
it's because
man.
he it's because an orc gets his head cut off by an urukai, and then they're like, yeah, you could totally eat that guy now.
Okay. I don't know. It's
Because the
just
the
I feel.
urukais are just like they're like super orcs. They're just like really big orcs. And then like
Okay.
one of the orcs tries to kill like Merry and Pippin. I don't know if you know who those guys are, but they're hobbits.
Yeah, yeah, I know Mary and
Okay,
Pippin.
all right, all right. So like he tries. He's like, oh, I'm gonna take a leg off of like Merry and Pippin because I'm so hungry. Because he's like, they're not for eating, and he fucking chops this orc's head off when he tries to go for Merry and Pippin again, and then he's like, "Looks like meat's back on the menu, boys!" And then they fucking just dive on this headless orc, and there's like entrails and shit flying out. You're
Oh
just like,
fuck.
whoa! So they just ate him.
Wow.
They ate his ass. Because there's like a line in there. He's like, all we had was maggoty bread for 3 stinking days.
Oh man, I didn't even
God.
realize that was from Lord of the Rings. I just feel like that
Yeah.
that has entered the lexicon, and
Oh
like I
yeah,
didn't.
yeah. That is like a meme. So
Yeah,
I probably should have figured that.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's
Well,
the second Lord of the Rings movie. It's Two Towers. It's like right in
okay,
like the first like 15 minutes.
okay, okay. Yeah, yeah. So I finished. I had finished Fellowship of the Ring. I did. I read The Hobbit. I read The Fellowship of the Ring. I'm taking a break actually, and I started reading Harry Potter
Oh
because
wow.
yeah, when I was a kid, I read the first three of them and never finished the rest of them. So I was like, I felt like I just needed. I was like, man, I've been reading these Lord of the Rings like a few pages at a time for like half a year. I need like a break. Like I need a break because it's like I don't know. I it's not I'm not it's not bad. I'm not enjoying it, but I think I'm not crazy about it.
Well, it was written
L-
in like 1930.
Yeah. It's just it's a thick read.
Yeah, dude. And
It's
the
a
guy
thick
the guy
read.
is like, "Oh, what
Yeah.
about this poem? What about this song?" And you're like,
Yeah, yeah.
"Dude, who gives a shit?"
I kind of skip over the poems,
Oh
the
yeah. No,
songs,
I did
like,
too, man. Are you kidding me?
yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah.
funny because like there's scenes in the movies and I'm like, "Oh, that was like a song in the books." But I don't know what any of those songs say because I didn't fucking read them, but I knew
Yeah,
the situation that they're in. Like the one scene in Fellowship when it's like, "Oh, it's a lament for Gandalf," right? And like Sam does his little like speech of like that's like in the book, and he does like a whole speech about Gandalf's fireworks or some shit. And
oh
it's
yeah,
like,
yeah,
and
yeah.
it's like it's so bad, like it's so boring. It got cut from the final, from the final movie, the theatrical release anyway. It's in like the extended cut you know, if you watch
Right.
those, but.
If you want to watch a 4 hour movie each.
No, the only extended cut I think is worth watching is the third movie. The other two, I'm like, dude, the extended cuts don't fucking matter. The third one has some dope ass shit in there. It's got the fucking mouth of Sauron. That guy's
Whoa.
crazy looking. Uh, it's got other stuff that I can't remember.
Yeah.
Gandalf and fucking the Witch King dueling for like 20 seconds. That was
Whoa.
cool as shit. I won't spoil it because I don't know if you'll ever watch that movie.
I do want to watch the movies again. Like I said, I've seen them technically, but
Yeah.
I literally couldn't tell you almost anything about any of those movies because like I
The first
remember.
one's the first one's crazy because it's like it's just one big walk, right? And
Yeah.
like the was it the whole Mines of Moria sequence is great in the movie, right? And then
Uh-huh.
like and then like it's like nothing happens again for a while, and then it goes to like they do the battle at like I don't know the fords or whatever the fuck I forget what it's called. So there's only like two real fights in the first movie.
Okay.
So for kid me was like, all right, Fellowship is cool because like I finally get to see like fucking Aragorn or whatever.
Yeah.
But like the thing you got to go in for like those movies with is like you're like immersing yourself in those worlds, right?
Mhm.
It's just like you're part of it. You're part of the fucking adventure, but like it's not like there's a lot of good lines, like the dialogue is just great. Like I think if you're like trying to like look for those things of just those like oh man, it's a little nice little quip or whatever the fuck. Like I feel like you'll have a much better time in the first two movies. At least in the second movie there's like one big battle scene that happens for like the last like hour of the movie. So
Oh, cool. Okay.
um but yeah, and then in the third movie, it's just like one big battle for like the whole movie. There's like
Right.
there's like only two scenes of downtime, and then the rest of it is just like fighting. It's crazy because it's like the whole third movie is like all of the big battles from the final book,
Right. Okay.
except for the battle for Hobbiton. It's not in there. I don't know. A bunch of nerds got mad about it back in the day because apparently the hobbits kicked the orcs out of Hobbiton because we really need to see that.
Be a pretty funny scene, I think.
Oh yeah, it'd be hilarious, but like it's supposed to be this like epic thing
Yeah.
where they're like getting together and they're uniting all the hobbits against the orcs, and it's like I don't know, man. Like as a kid, it's cool, but like as an adult, I'd be like, this would be fucking goofy.